everybody. This is Crystal Beast 96.
And I am the Angry Ginger!
Sorry, headphone users. And this is a Scooby-Doo commentary.
Oh, good lord, the Scooby-Doo movie.
I love this thing with the intro.
Did Scooby-Doo just chomp a bite into the Warner Brothers logo?
That's gotta hurt. There's like shrapnel going into his mouth and everything. Can't be good.
Well, that's only if it's the same Warner Brothers thing in every single movie.
Which I would assume it is, because this is still a Warner Brothers movie.
Good point.
Scooby-Doo! You know, the original introduction to this was going to be like them transitioning from the cartoon into the live action thing.
But that would be too cool.
Yeah. Anyway, Luna goes. Suddenly, Daphne's captured.
And for the record, in the show, this didn't happen to her that often.
Well, as opposed to everybody else getting captured and everything, it was Daphne who got captured. But usually, I don't remember people getting captured.
If anyone got captured, or at least drastically separated, I almost always recall it being Scooby and Shaggy.
And that's just because they got hungry.
Because there was on pot.
Shaggy was the only one who ever heard Scooby talk. And everybody else just kind of rolled with it.
Because, dude, Shaggy's high as fuck.
Now, shouldn't this mystery have already solved itself? It's a ghost, right? Luna, ghost. It can't touch people. It's holding Daphne. Come on, guys.
Well, technically, certain kinds of ghosts can touch things.
CG Doomy-Doo!
Oh, God. It looks like Marmaduke.
No. Marmaduke looks worse than this. I think I said Marmaduke.
I mean, for the record, didn't the first Lord of the Rings flick with Gollum come out the same year as this flick?
Well, I can't exactly remember not having seen Lord of the Rings at the time of this recording. Colin will probably have strapped me down to a chair after we're done with this.
So, I mean, I remember at least being in the same general time frame. So, considering they can pull off Gollum...
Wait a minute, yeah, this is 2003. When did the first Lord of the Rings come out?
I have no idea right now. I just remember being in the general time. So just seeing how they could pull off Gollum being as awesome as he is for most of the films, they could have at least pulled off
Some call him
Scooby.
Smeagol, but the meaning is still the same.
This isn't a Keyblade War, Dustin.
We'll get to that when we get to it. And... Boodoo.
And why has Velma not...
And her leg snaps off and she falls down.
And why has Velma not said, "My glasses! I can't see anything without my glasses!"
They didn't fall off somehow. By the way, her skirt defies gravity. Nobody gets a peek.
It's because of her magical lesbian powers.
Ambiguous lesbian powers, but they're all the same.
She's obviously holding out for Daphne.
Now, Colin, the new show has her kind of trying to go out with Shaggy, but he can't pick
ending horribly.
He can't pick between a girl or a dog. Now, one of them is culturally acceptable to do. One of them is not. But we all know he's doing it anyway.
Oh, God.
You are now imagining all the hentai. All of it.
All of the furry hentai. Now, some people argue that some of the stuff within this movie is a satire of how the show originally was. But
I can see where they're coming from.
But the issue is that it would be satire if it was done correctly and with actual intelligence.
This is one of these things is missing, possibly both, but I'll give it the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, granted, I see what they were...
Mr. Machine out of fucking nowhere.
I mean, I understand what they were trying to do, but they didn't do it properly.
Hi, celebrity cameo.
That doesn't work, seeing how this isn't an actual celebrity.
How is anybody except Fred driving the mystery machine? I call shenanigans.
And why are they...
Nice ascot.
Why are they celebrities?
Well, to be fair, they have traveled across the world solving mysteries and everything. They would have to get some sort of revenue.
And I guess within the... Okay, one good thing about this movie-verse is I do like how they do kind of do what they do in a post-show version of what would happen to them afterwards, all this stuff. I do kind of like that. I especially like how in the second one, which we'll get to eventually, there's even a museum full of like all their captured like the monster costumes.
And I do like how it's based off of monsters from the show and everything.
Those,
Well, some of them. I don't think Franken Chicken from there is.
no.
How does this suit work?
Now, one big issue is that the purpose of this little roundup event is that it rounds up events that we saw earlier.
Which we didn't.
This fails for that reason. We didn't see them investigating these crimes.
This is basically just a wrap-up of an episode. We're supposed to assume that we came in a bit late on an episode, I guess. Which is live action for some reason.
Which, granted, if we're coming from that direction, it does kind of work. But still, it still has the flaws that make it a little bit of annoying.
Yeah, you do. Right.
Yes, watch the ascot!
Dead ascot! Shaggy knows his role. Even though the mystery machine is Shaggy's van. That Daphne's dad bought, but still.
At least according to the new show.
What kind of Sunday is Shaggy describing?
A combination of a really disgusting sundae and a sandwich.
Everything just turns into a sandwich whenever Shaggy's talking about it. Him at Subway has to be horrible.
Wait, I quit. Did we skip a scene?
They need to have them split up for the movie to work. I understand that, but at the same time,
did we skip a scene?
Yes, we have seen the Nostalgia Critic review, and we are probably going to reference it. And by we, I mean Colin. I mean the Angry Ginger. Whoops, we destroyed our identities.
Because I am the Angry Ginger.
No, I'm not sure what song he was singing either of yours.
I hate you.
How did they get all of their cars? They ride in the mystery machine.
Yeah, they don't have their own cars.
Well, I'm pretty sure that they would have bought their own cars at this point, but how did they get here? Is the question. Did they
explain, movie! Explain!
Did they just start doing their own transportation midway through season 25?
Well, I guess Shaggy has primary ownership of the.
Remember, he bought it. Well, his Daphne's father gave it to him. 2 years later.
Is that smoke?
It's not that kind of smoke.
Oh, you did that on purpose!
Why is Scooby wearing a do-rag?
I mean, granted, we all enjoy the pothead jokes, but at least be subtle about it.
I just realized he put chocolate sauce on his burger.
I'm gonna try that.
Oh my god, Scooby, you can't even do-rag right. Yes-o.
Stop speaking in pig Latin!
Oh. No-o.
Okay, one thing. You can...
Oh, I got it.
Shouldn't there be a way... Okay, I distinctly recall in the show there's a way to get to the front seat of the van from the back of the van. They shouldn't have had to do that.
Yeah, they were trying to hurry. I've never looked up that word, by the way.
What?
Hydrocolonic. The other thing that they don't go towards.
One moment.
Colin is going to rock a wiki. Or Google, at least. Of course the hippie doesn't believe in materialism.
Hydrocolonic. Oh, hydrocolonic. It's a word.
Okay, they didn't just make it up. Hi, Fred. Where's your ascot? Don't materially change.
It's...
Just go ahead and say it.
Cleaning the colon with water.
That would explain the whole different reason. Man.
So I guess that means they don't want to go anywhere...
No colonoscopy.
Go anywhere that would end up putting water in their colons? I guess Shaggy's really protective of his colon.
Why wouldn't you be really protective of your colon, Colin?
Because it's very difficult to reach, first off. Though I really wish that they'd taken something from that old animated film where they do break up and like Shaggy and Scooby end up working as airport security and they end up eating all the contraband. Because I would have loved that in live action form. And
we'll probably get to those movies too.
And it could have lined up with this premise of them all of them all meeting up at the airport.
If they had shown the invitation happening to one of the other people besides Shaggy and Scooby, because as we see, they're basically hobos.
Which could have been easy, seeing how they could have shown Velma running her bookshop.
Well, actually, there's a deleted scene. Fred's book tour isn't going well at all, and people are just making fun of him. Velma's in therapy, trying to get friends and everything again, and Daphne, training for Taekwondo and everything, gets stuck in a tree.
Oh, God.
This happened in the show. Don't acknowledge words.
Scooby-Doo in drag. It hurts, and the music isn't helping, movie. The Brick House music isn't helping, movie. It really isn't. It's making it worse.
Did you say Brick House or Brick House?
Brick House. Oh, God.
See, Shaggy's trying to get the gang together and everything because, you know, he's been talking to a dog for 2 years. He's lonely.
Yeah, he needs human companionship again, or he'll go insane.
Especially Velma's.
Because she understands him. She understands that Shaggy.
I wonder if in this universe, Velma is more friend-zoning Shaggy than just friends. I mean, according to you, she's a lesbian, so it probably would be a
It's just a fan theory I enjoy. She does get a love interest in this movie for some stupid reason.
That we see for maybe
5 seconds at the most.
Well, realistically, maybe 10 minutes tops.
Maybe.
If you count the sequence.
I mean, with all due respect, I do think it's better to have her with Shaggy, if anything.
Yeah.
If you give her a relationship at all.
Who's that lady?
Ooh, sexy lady, sexy lady.
Vacuum Scooby.
Okay, one quick question. Do you remember the animated film where it's like the aliens and Roswell?
Yeah.
Why didn't they just base the character that he falls in love with, taking out the alien aspect, obviously?
No, you can keep the alien aspect in. Just fuse all of the animated films together. They get stuck in cyberspace with the alien chick on which island? It's amazing.
I mean, I do honestly think they could have made this movie a lot better if they'd just taken some winks and nods from the animated films.
They tried to do that with the animated series, but it just doesn't work out as well. Anyway, we skipped over a perfectly good nostalgia critic joke. What's Shaggy's love interest name? Mary Jane.
Yes, we all get the subtle drug references that are totally for kids. You know, for kids.
A family picture. Anyway, we dragged that out long enough. Anyway, so she eats dog food. I'm not sure how to really think about that.
Seeing how I've tasted it before myself, and it's very, very chalky and with no flavor.
To be fair, Scooby snacks are a real thing, but they're just graham crackers. And apparently the ones that they used on set, according to the cast, are terrible.
Not surprising, seeing how they look awful.
And the thing is...
Why does why does that plane have 3 seats per row?
Because it's awesome.
Oh god, the dog and cat are near each other.
I love this joke coming up. Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, totally a grandma.
Barking. And dementia. Anyway.
Did Scooby-Doo just punch a guy?
It's amazing. Well, he punched Fred. I'm not sure if that counts. Percy.
Fred is so bland, even Percy Weasley's a better character. Ooh.
Hey, at least Fred's a main character and gets brought in for both of the movies. Fred doesn't get anything. I mean, God, Percy. It's a dead world after all. It's a dead world after all. Okay, fine, we'll stop.
Hi, Mr. Bean.
Wait, we haven't seen Mr. Bean yet. You just spoiled it, Colin. God.
Hi,
Okay.
Mr. Bean. You really shouldn't. You're really too good for this movie, aren't you, Mr. Bean? Your comedy is wasted on this picture.
I say that this comedy heightens this picture.
Granted, but it's still wasted.
What kind of last name is Mondavarius?
Latin.
Ah.
To the Googles again.
Colin goes a bit foreign every once in a while. We're not exactly sure why.
Mondavarius.
It's just gonna pull up Scooby-Doo references.
Emil Mondavarius, Scooby-Doopedia.
Exactly.
God
You would
help.
think it was be Scooby-Doobypedia.
God help me. There's a wiki page for him.
Of course there is. He's a character in Scooby-Doo.
He has a history.
Every page has a history, Colin.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was going to be history with the
In
show.
1984. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
apparently boot camp happens at this camp because they come in all rowdy and everything, and then they're soldiers.
And for what purpose, we're never entirely told.
Well, it's
even
explained later-ish.
but
yeah.
even the resolution at the end of this is, I think Stephen King TV series have better resolutions in them.
Oh snap!
You're damn right, oh snap.
That extra out. Peace.
So from what I can see, whatever happens here makes white people even whiter.
And it makes black people white.
It's awful. It really is.
I'm better than you. I'm better than you.
I totally think I can beat you up.
They never explain why Scooby has R's in front of everything, do they? I mean, I get it's cutesy and everything, but I want an actual in-universe reason.
I still always attribute it to the pot.
How did that guy teleport?
Yeah, all this creepy neon light native stuff isn't creepy at all. A family picture!
To be fair, that is kind of the entire point of the resort. To be creepy.
Granted.
Her name is Baldy. Live with it.
How is this a rockapalooza? Hi, Nucho Libre. No.
I remember that show.
No, it's not. Hi, love interest for Velma.
Doesn't even become a love interest yet. We still got half a movie to watch. I just realized that those people were chanting. I literally never saw that before. Those tattoos on his head have to hurt.
Mm-hmm. Actually, some of the thinnest skin on the human body is on the head.
And he's gotta feel it all the time now.
Well, the only pain you really get is from actually getting the tattoos put on.
Imagine if Universal was like this. They just had fire us everywhere that has projections from all their movies. Imagine Homer's head coming out of there. It's amazing.
Why isn't Universal like that? I'd never leave.
Exactly. Well, I'd never leave because of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
There is a real projector.
Clever girl.
Oh, Velma, you being so inquisitive and killjoy-y.
I want that disco ball, by the way.
I do too. It's a skull. So is this a compilation of techno and rock?
Sure. That will be invented a couple of years later and called dubstep. Completely horrible. I love this joke.
It's got its moments.
I love that joke, Melvin Do.
Melvin Do.
The cast freaking loves that joke and wanted it back in the second one, but sadly, Melvin Do does not come out. Seems legit.
Scooby, why? Even in
It's
the
a
show,
dog.
even in the show, you wouldn't have done this.
It can be. Well, you would have at least got Shaggy to go with you.
Granted.
But he's too busy being horny to go.
Since when does Shaggy speak French?
He doesn't speak French. He just explained that. Instead of learning French, he learned how to master the crane system. Obviously, a better use of his time.
I'll admit,
this guy is hilarious.
I'll admit the sets in this movie are freaking amazing.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just
even more amazing considering most of it's CG.
It's just the acting and the writing.
They don't quite go up with it. If you catch my drift.
I swear I've seen this black guy before in another movie and he was awesome.
He's awesome in this one. You can tell he really goes in full steam with this movie. And I appreciate it.
Now why can't every other actor have his passion for this work?
The thing is, I get that you're bashing the cast and everything, and they kind of deserve it for this movie. But I've listened to the cast commentary for this movie, which more movies need to do.
Wait, this film actually has a real commentary?
Yeah, this film has two commentaries, filmmaker and cast.
What are we doing?
Anyway, the cast commentary, they always talk about having a lot of fun on set and everything, and I get the feeling that they really did try with this movie. It just didn't go out that way.
So maybe it was just the writing.
Hi, creepy Hogwarts.
I guess I'll stop bashing the actors so bad. I mean, I'll grant them the second movie after this is genuinely better in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it kind of gets a little closer to the overall feel of what Scooby-Doo is supposed to be.
True.
This one just spits in the face of it, because first off, within Scooby-Doo, they say it in every episode, there is no such thing as supernatural entities in their universe.
Was there any particular reason you had to get louder and louder with that, Colin?
To ensure I made my point.
Colin is acting!
I'm really angry!
That will haunt my nightmares. I love this joke.
Yeah.
The hamburgers. Thank you.
Well, Scooby's a Christian. That's canon now.
I wonder which denomination. I hope not Catholic, because then I have to hate it. Sorry, Catholic viewers.
I'd have to imagine Scooby's like some
a Southern Baptist and nothing else.
Which means he wouldn't like me.
I'm sorry, Colin.
It's okay. I'll just abandon him in Koreatown. The Koreans eat him.
Anyway, back to what's actually happening.
Yeah.
Every single thing in this entire sequence is CG.
Okay, I'll admit the CG is actually pretty good.
Unless it's on Scooby.
Yes. Also, could they not make different versions of the monster? No joke. Every single monster looks exactly the same.
To be fair, they are all the same. They are all the same species and everything of monster. The thing is, subtle differences go a long way.
They do, because it makes us invest in the creature.
At the very least, like, have tribal tattoos or something. It would have taken a while, don't get me wrong, but still.
I mean, I guess we could attribute it to maybe a lower budget for certain things, which I can
Wait, this
understand.
film with a low budget? Who would have guessed?
Well, for God's sakes, the show had the budget of a ham sandwich.
It was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. And he took a freaking $3 budget and stretched it out forever, and that's why I love Hanna-Barbera.
I thought you were talking about that god awful cartoon that shows up in the beginning of the Digimon movie.
That's Angela Anaconda.
Don't speak of it.
I still never saw an actual episode of that, only that promo.
I did. It had one season that I know of.
I wonder why.
Well, first off, the art. Wait a minute.
It was a joke.
Wait a minute. We've got to bash one thing at a time.
Oh. Now, we're talking about how the actors and everything are good and everything. Aren't you always a giant advocate of if you have to work with a CG character and you pull it off right and everything, you're a good actor?
I was actually about to talk about that, Dustin.
We're in sync here.
The mere fact that the actor who plays Shaggy, I'm sorry if I don't know his name, I never know the actors' names.
Matthew Izzard.
Is able to pull off that amazing performance, playing off of probably a stick with a ball on it, is just unfathomable. I mean, the same can also be said to
any other actor who works off Scooby, especially Mr. Bean later.
Just mostly Shaggy, because almost every scene he's in, he's playing off of he's playing off of Scooby.
Shaggy is in fact playing off of Shaggy. He's not playing with Shaggy. That would be weird to watch.
That would be weird. Though I will say, the actor whose performance I least like throughout this entire film is the actor who played Fred.
Freddie Prinze Jr. isn't that bad.
I mean, it isn't the actor. I honestly think it was the writing for him.
Probably.
Because, I mean, Fred in himself is pretty bland.
Yeah, you can't really work that much with them until we get to the love interest between them, which
isn't really focused on in this at all. Though in the second movie, it is touched on, which is good.
It's touched on a bit in this one, like at the end whenever they kiss and everything, but other than that, I do love how they do the splitting up thing.
They always split up.
They even reference that later in one of the shows, whenever Shaggy and Scooby just walk off and... no, it was a Skybird chase. Whenever they say, okay, gang, we need to split it up. Shaggy and Scooby just are walking away. What are you guys doing? Do we ever split up any other way?
Yeah, Scooby-Doo's kind of meta that way.
Well, the movies anyway.
It does kind of actually attack itself a little bit, which is actually pretty good for a show to do.
Speaking of Cyber Chase, as soon as that thing gets on Netflix or we find a DVD of it, we're going at it. Because I love it.
I think I have like a decent third of the films at my house if I actually look for them. I'll find them.
Alrighty then. We got ourselves more commentary.
Woohoo! Again, the sets are amazing.
Mm-hmm. I wish we spent a little bit more time here. Not too much more time, but just a little bit.
Just to enjoy the sets more. Because I guarantee you, if you did some in-depth research, I guarantee you, like 70% of the budget for this film was just for the set construction.
That might be a little bit outrageous. Maybe half.
Well, yeah. Well, probably a little under half, seeing how a decent chunk of a film's budget has to go
to CGI.
And paying the actors.
Right.
Was what I was gonna say.
Apparently that guy's name is Crookshanks, and that makes me think of Harry Potter every time. You know, a better movie to be reviewed.
Now, one thing. I'm going to explain why a scene coming up right now fails. The reason the scenes in the show, at least, are funny when the characters are put in heavy danger, like, you know, traps going off, knife, fork, and such. The reason that's funny in a animated film is because it does go out of its way to make you see that it isn't real. It isn't happening to a real human being.
Because it's an animated film.
In this, on the other hand, it is real actors, with the exception of Scooby-Doo, but even then, for the film to work, you are made to believe he is a real entity within this universe. So all this danger that they're being put in, which I assume was... I'm hoping it wasn't written and designed for comedy, because if it was, it should not have been designed for that because this is not funny at all.
I do like this meta joke that they have, though.
Yeah, with
pull all the books off. One of them has to be a secret switch. Velma, seriously? Got a better plan?
Because I mean, as I was saying earlier, I mean, it's just it doesn't work for comedy. Though I've got a feeling on some level they were trying to make it seem funny just on the ludicrous level of this fun house, quote unquote, like fighting them and trying to kill them.
Both the ludicrous factor and they are cracking jokes throughout this entire sequence and everything.
Now most of the jokes, I'll admit, do work.
Yeah. What do you care? You drink out of a toilet. So do you.
Yeah, see, the jokes they try to do work. But I feel as if they were trying to make this entire little sequence kind of like a joke, like in the shows, at least the ones I remember, half the time when these big events were happening, they did jokes with it, like with the door sequences.
You know, the only real episode of Scooby-Doo I can ever remember isn't really a Scooby-Doo episode. It's the Johnny Bravo Scooby-Doo crossover, and that thing is amazing.
Ah, the crossover.
For example,
the golden age of Cartoon Network.
For example, Johnny and Velma bumping into each other. My glasses! I can't see without my glasses. My glasses! I can't be seen without my glasses.
A creepy school?
On Spooky Island.
It's not spooky, it's more just crazy in architecture.
Well, Strange in Architecture Island just didn't fit on the billboard. So they had to shorten it a bit. I love this.
The training video.
Yeah, we call this a bad movie and everything. We actually do like a lot of the things in this movie.
It's a guilty pleasure. Or we will kill you.
Interaction between young people is polite and casual.
So we say.
Hey, sorry, bro.
An accurate representation of what would happen in White Mill High School.
Let's see how the situation should be handled.
After a lobotomy.
Young people have a language all their own.
That we don't know.
No, they don't have a language all their own.
Sorry, bro. No, they will, dog. Yo, did you catch that new bit on the box? True that. I'm up to biz up on all popular trends. Word.
Now, you said all of that street stuff and everything, and then you said all popular trends, and you just kind of killed it right there.
The fact that the actors can say that with a straight face is a testament to their ability. I'll give them that.
Yeah, the thing is, with bad movies, the actors are almost better than actors in good movies because they can do all this stuff with a straight face and play seriousness and crap right.
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit that. I'll admit that at times I do bash the actors a little too much, but then I'll juxtapose it to the fact that I do attest most of the problems to the writing.
Anyway, we're looking at the Millennium Puzzle. For some reason, it's not in pieces, though.
Yeah. Where's a Tem at?
Do you really want to see a Tem possessing Daphne's body at this point?
Yes, that would be hilarious.
Scooby-Doo!
And you just open
the walls! They're closing in!
And you just open up the pits of hell. I hope you're happy.
Congratulations, Daphne. This is why you stay with Fred, so he makes sure that you don't do anything.
This is why women stay in the kitchen, Daphne.
Not that we support sexism or anything.
Not at all. Not at all. Except I do like when they make me sandwiches. I'll admit that.
Well, of course you do. Everybody likes a sandwich.
Oh, God.
This sequence. Sorry about that, viewers.
Pull my finger. Oh, too late.
And this is one of the scenes that should not exist.
It exists so that way the kids regain their attention and everything. And the adults just kind of have to look and say, why?
Either that or it's time for the adults to go refill their popcorn and scotch glass.
Now, to be fair, if this was just Matthew Illard alone without Scooby and everything, you could just make the argument he's bored off his mind on set and just dancing around and everything, and they added fart noises. They probably just put Scooby in post-production and had him re-record a couple of lines. The scene is actually now brilliant.
Genius! I want that midget story.
His name is Crookshanks.
Hi,
Wait a
Nacho Libre.
Crookshanks? Oh my god. Crookshanks was an animagus. She turns into this guy. They're connected!
Another insane connection we found between cinema. I forget, is there a hallway scene in this movie?
Wait, what do you mean?
Hallway scenes? Where they go into a door and then come out
No.
into a different door.
They actually referenced that in the cast commentary, where there was never that scene, or a scene where they were just running and the set re-loops and everything. They were wishing that would happen in the second one, but it didn't.
What? But I thought that... See? Okay. I'm gonna talk about the parody again. If you're trying to parody the problems with the show or its quirkiness,
You have to parody the problems with the show.
all of them. You can't pick and choose. Or at least, if you're gonna pick and choose the ones that will create the most comedy. And I dare you to go find a hallway scene from any of the shows and not laugh. That's a smorgasbord for you, Fred? You're really rusty.
Well, to be fair, they only have one physical clue. They saw the video and told everybody about it and everything, and I guess the set technically counts.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean, you are prime suspect in this investigation.
I'm gonna get to work translating.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, since he's Mr. Bean, he can't talk, remember?
Alright. Oh, refusing to cooperate, eh?
It's mostly just because you.
Well, that isn't biased
That's
at
not-
all.
That's now canon. Freddy is scared of Mr. Bean. It's because he never talks, always watching. And now do you want to Tim Velma?
I want to tempt everybody who touches that thing. Just for the insanity of it.
That would be satire of the crossover things.
Again!
Of course, you would have to make a live-action Yu-Gi-Oh movie now. Okay, maybe it's a good thing they didn't do this.
But I mean, again, you can't pick and choose.
And White Jazz.
Completely out of place since you were just on an intense scene.
Well, originally this scene was supposed to be Velma gets drunk off her ass and starts singing. And that's why everybody starts cheering and everything, not because the guy stops doing it and everything. To be fair, they do reference that the drink she was drinking was non-alcoholic. It was a placebo effect.
But I actually want to see quote-unquote drunk Velma, because that would
Velma?
that would just be a good joke.
It would be amazing. Yeah, see, she was supposed to drink that think it was alcohol, like that, and instead of this flashback sequence that comes up in now.
Oh, the old days when we drove through weird Kansas-like fields of wheat.
Back in the old days when the sets looped and the houses made absolutely no sense. Nobody's outfit actually changed.
Yeah, we always wear the same clothes. We stink to high heaven.
You know, you would think that it would be like the Power Rangers thing and everything. People would just start profiling these people by their clothes.
Which they have.
Watch the Ascot.
Oh, God.
This is why you get promoted to the spin-off show, Scrappy.
No one liked you to begin with. Heck, does anyone remember why they even brought in Scrappy to begin with?
His, Uncle Scooby, I guess his sister, or
And of course, a dog peeing on somebody is comical.
Ha ha ha.
That vanity plate that says Mystery Inc. must have cost a fortune.
I wonder what costs more, the car or the custom paint job.
Custom paint job, obviously.
Unless they did it themselves.
The paints are actually pretty expensive. I've looked at them.
Hmm.
Well, goodbye.
Thanks for the idea, idiot. Yeah, we can.
Now I wonder, why does he make such a brief cameo? What do you think, Crystal Beast? Any predictions?
They just wanted to make a joke about Scrappy. Can't be anything else.
Are you sure? Because I've got a prediction.
Well, you're free to say it.
He's gonna be the villain.
That can't possibly be it, fella.
Are you sure? Because if they're only showing him for a little brief thing, then throwing him away.
That's being a satire because he was demoted to the spin-off show. Therefore, he would have a brief cameo in this, just to remind everybody.
Okay.
See, my argument makes sense.
Okay.
This scene makes absolutely no sense, though. He just starts talking about how to Scooby and everything, and then he just gets on the table.
And now, Fred speechifies like Jesus.
R.I.P. headphone users who just had to go through Colin screaming. Well, my speech was pointless. I'm out.
And again, they all look exactly the same.
I realize I just said R.I.P. people who had to listen to Colin scream. We're basically screaming this entire time.
No, I'm looking at the feed, and the only real times it gets that loud is when I'm doing my emphasized speechifying.
Scooby-Doo the movie isn't the only thing that has meta humor. ThoseCommentarys does it too.
Meta!
Yeah! Otherwise known as fourth wall jokes.
Why didn't she say my glasses? I can't stop my God.
She did it at the beginning of the movie.
Sorry, I must have missed it.
Yeah, remember whenever Daphne took her glasses off?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, but...
Okay, that CG effect is actually not that bad by this movie standards.
That the time period was made in. Oh, Lord. Well, Velma's dead.
Freddy already died, but we didn't care enough.
He died off screen, we don't care enough.
No, he did die on screen. We say die.
Bye.
They obviously won't kill 2/5 of Mystery Inc.
Bye-bye, Velma's love interest.
That action sequence was so intense just now. She leapt from a staircase onto a platform.
Now I must make a fabulous exit.
Well, Mr. Bean just got dragged to hell.
I hope you're happy, Mr. Bean.
I am. I actually am. Mr. Bean, you can talk? Yeah,
I've
I've just been
always
waiting
been
for
able-
somebody to call me out on it.
I've always been able to talk. I just didn't want to.
Yeah, he's just waiting for somebody to call him out on it.
He's making so much money without talking.
True. Well, I guess that you could say that Scooby just got into a body bag. Yeah.
Okay, one thing. If I remember correctly, it's Pokemon that's got the ill-placed pop songs, which have nothing to do with the plot. That's Scooby-Doo.
Colin, all animated things are based off of animated things, at least to a certain point, did this. Besides, this song does kind of go with the whole hecticness of the scene.
Granted.
Now, see, you could have just been running around this hallway and had the set loop over and over again.
But
you would have been
no.
golden.
I mean, again, I have no problem with parodying if you just do the things that you should parody. The things that will make the most jokes.
I don't mind parody at all. I listen to anything with Weird Al.
Just don't nitpick what you're gonna parody.
To be fair, I can understand if they're trying to go for a more realistic, quote-unquote, approach with this and everything. Having the impossible hallway door thing and the hallway looping wouldn't make sense.
Well, since they're already using quote-unquote magic to cause these things, they could they could somehow explain that the magic causes, like, weak spots in reality that lets them do the hallway gag.
You might as well just have them turn into sock puppets for no reason then, because then you can just literally make up anything and have it make sense.
And that's how Scooby-Doo should work. Like a Twinkie. Like a Twinkie.
I don't know why that was just said, but it was, and we can't take it back. I mean, we could redo the commentary, but we're already about halfway through. We're about done.
I think it's because Morgan Freeman possessed me again.
It happens every once in a while. I don't know why. That was actually her idea, and she bitterly regrets it, because it actually hurt. And Matthew kept messing up his line, so she had to keep falling down. See, this is why actors should not invent their scenes unless they're part of the direction team.
That's an interesting door. I want it.
Imagine just going to your house.
Hi, Mom, I'm home.
Well, I guess that would be more convenient than the Metroid doors where you have to shoot it every time you want to go in.
We're on Spooky Island. Our friends
What the fuck you calling? Ghostbusters?
The Coast Guard.
Well, we do have a unit in
The Coast Guard ain't gonna be able to help you.
It's the Coast Guard!
right there.
No offense to anybody in the Coast Guard.
Well, I mean, the issue is you're on land. Granted, it's an island, but
This
you're
scene
still
is overly creepy, by the way.
yes.
Anyway, you were saying.
But I mean, you're on land, so I mean, maybe if you're just trying to escape the island, the Coast Guard could help. But I mean,
Well, the Coast Guard could, I guess, then forward it to, like, somebody else in the armed forces.
yeah, but I mean, just me personally, I wouldn't have done that scene. I don't really see the purpose in it.
It's to have that guy have his creepy laugh with the lighting and everything. Because that is genuinely creepy.
I mean, I guess it could kind of be parodying the lack of helpful authorities to help out in the show.
There are police once every 10 episodes.
That do jack squat.
They're still there.
White people. Making life boring since the dawn of time. Actually,
So was everything just a party in Africa before the white man came over?
I think so, yes. Also, one thing. Is there a single person of color in this entire film?
There are a couple. Seen them around. I think there's actually one in the background.
Is it Chubby Black Friend?
It is not Chubby Blackfriend, and we're going to have to explain that joke whenever Chubby Blackfriend actually shows up in the movie.
Don't
We'll get
worry,
to that in Harry
listeners.
Potter, which will be a while.
Well, I'm sure that we can quote unquote find him in other films. Chubby Black Friend.
Black guy. That guy's eyes just glowed radioactive, but I'm sure it's fine.
Chubby Black Friend is magical like that. He
Well, he
can
does
appear in
come from
multiple-
Harry Potter.
Yes, he can appear in multiple films. Regardless of him actually being in them. Oh God. Did they? Is he channeling Vanilla Ice in this performance now?
Ice, baby. And that's the only song anybody ever remembers from Vanilla Ice.
He made more?
I'm fairly certain he had at least 2 others. I mean, it's like Rick Astley. People only remember him from 1, but he did have more.
White Ninjas.
What the fuck?
That can
Wait,
breathe.
White Ninjas? Are we watching Naruto now?
Well, if we are watching Naruto, then it's gonna take 12 episodes for one fight. Hey, Nacho
And
Libre.
way more flashbacks than we need.
I should jump through the windows.
Well, to be fair, they would just circle around the building.
Oh yeah, Fred's totally in a bad mood.
Okay.
See? White Ninjas, I told you. Wait, there's a black guy! But he isn't Chubby Black Friend.
That's not a bike.
Those are ATVs.
Slow-mo for no reason.
Trailer shot! admit this is kind
Haha, my friends have turned to monsters.
I'll admit this is kind of parodying something from the show.
Something that could have happened in the show anyway. Probably What's New Scooby-Doo.
Well, I remember a decent amount of times in a bunch of the shows they just have like implausible modes of transportation sometimes out of nowhere.
Probably usually Scooby.
So again, this is kind of a parody, but
At the same time, it looks good.
yes, I mean it's a well-used possible parody. I can't really talk that much smack about this scene. It's pretty well done.
Except that. That's actually no CGI. She actually moved her entire face like that. Damn good acting.
Well done. More trailer shots.
Can never have too many of those. You do need to make the trailers.
Like 5 of them. Like 1 theatrical, 4 TV.
God help you if you're a video game. Then you have to have millions upon billions of trailers.
Which means you actually have to fabricate.
Speaking of video games, did you ever play this game's video game?
There was a game for this movie?
Game Boy.
Oh, that's if I didn't play it. I think the only movie license game I played on the Game Boy was the Stitch game. I mean,
Is that any
Snip.
good?
I could never get past 1 level, but I mean, it wasn't all that bad.
I actually played the Stitch game from the PS, either 1 or 2.
I mean, I'm
Hamster
sure.
Wheel was in it for some reason.
I'm sure if I ever actually wanted to play it again, I could probably get past it.
Scooby just went to hell.
Well, good job, Shaggy. You've just sent your best friend to the great beyond.
And now you're going to the great beyond. Mary Jane just went deep. But I'm sure nothing could be wrong.
Wait a minute. There's a metaphor here. Him being quote-unquote addicted to Mary Jane is fucking up his life.
I just realized.
There's a metaphor in this movie, and it's good.
It's probably completely unintentional, but it's good.
So it somewhat redeems the film in the fashion.
For all we know, they're referencing Mary Jane Watson. We're gonna do those movies, Colin.
I like the second one, that's it.
I don't like the third one, but then again, nobody likes the third one.
I like the ending of the third one. Or, actually, the only part of the third one I like are the...
Saturday Night Fever's front.
No, are the badass shots of Green Goblin Jr.
It's the new Goblin. Because we couldn't have Hobgoblin in there. That would have just made too much sense. But we'll get to it when we get to it.
Which will hopefully be quite some time. But I know it won't be.
What's that? I'm buying the trilogy right now.
Corporate Beast 96 will hunt me down and force me to review. And
Well, you
commentate.
know what they say.
The corporate will always find me.
Anyway, this makes...
No sense.
I can understand what they're going for and everything, but...
They still give it a proper explanation.
Well, I mean, it's like their soul, which... Whenever their body's being possessed, obviously, the part of them that's them isn't there.
I still want a proper explanation for this. I don't like how they're basically Stephen Kinging this explanation. Give it a proper
Suddenly,
explanation.
it
That film did scare me as a child.
never turns into the spider, just always Tim Curry.
Tim Curry. Ahoy! Ahoy! Ahoy!
Tim, you can get offset now.
Tim, we're trying to film a movie.
Anyway. I love this. Shit. Fred just thinks he's high. Which would make more sense if it was Shaggy, but, well,
Well, seeing how that scene that he was just in as Fred was basically like a insane clubbing time, it would make sense for him to think he was roofied. Excuse
Oh my
me!
god, you're not even going the right way, Freddy.
Excuse me,
No.
how could his head just not go
He's a spirit.
He should be able to phase through
Oh,
matter.
sorry, dude. I can't save your life. I'm too busy saving people I care about's lives.
I mean, I could just, like, throw you to the wind and hope
I
you
could
get
just
somewhere.
push all of these things out now.
Though, of course, you're going to probably end up doing that towards the resolution. So
No,
that
no.
So that the CGI people can make a badass effect out of it.
CGI people need to have some fun. All they do is just sit there and code. 1001111001. If somebody could please translate what I just said and then put it in the comments, that'd be great.
No one's going to.
I know.
Just to screw with you.
Nobody's going to because nobody's going to watch this.
Yeah, they're gonna listen to it, not watch it.
But
They'll be listening to a better version of this.
they'll be listening to it in 10 years whenever the hipsters finally find us. I don't want hipster viewers. Somebody please find us.
Please, no hipsters.
I mean, if hipsters do watch this and like this, please, I want views.
But we honestly do prefer other people besides hipsters. So
Apologies to hipsters.
So the monsters are vampiric in nature?
Yeah.
Like a human suit. SPF 1 million.
God,
I
if
gotta
this
say, I
was-
do like Velma in that low cut top, though.
Again, that dialogue she just said would fit right in with a Stephen King based movie.
We get it, Colin. You like Stephen King.
No, I hate Stephen King!
Sure you do, Colin. This scene really didn't need to happen. Where they had body switched and everything.
I can look at myself naked.
You know,
For kids! Well, I mean, they've got to throw something in for the parents to not want to commit suicide.
This is the Dr. Seuss movie logic, Colin. You don't want to go there.
Hey, good looking.
Fred,
Wait, so is Fred gay for himself?
Tell me you guys are you.
Fred keeps touching me. Kinda makes an insulted for the homicidal creatures, doesn't it?
You are now imagining all the hentai. All of it.
Why did Velma have to throw her spirit out? Her
Nobody's
was in her
spirit
proper
got
body.
thrown out. The Daemonitis just made it get thrown out. Yeah, I'm gonna call it by its proper name. It's not the Millennium Puzzle.
Yeah.
If we can track down a copy of that movie, I wouldn't be objective to review it.
What? The...
Pyramid of Light.
It's on YouTube.
Like in the full version and everything? And are you sure it hasn't been taken down?
Yeah, I watched it like 2 nights ago.
Alright.
It's,
At the time of this recording.
Yeah. It's actually a pretty good quality one, too.
Alright.
And it's a dub, thank God.
Oh, it was released in theaters, dude.
Yeah, but it's just I really hate sub Yu-Gi-Oh because
They go too fast.
well, no, it's the Japanese voice actor for Yugi is a chick.
Which makes a bit of sense. Usually in Japan, they just do that.
Yeah, but it's just I do not like
Hey, my guy's
hearing.
back.
I just don't like hearing Yugi like sound so much like a chick. But
Is
it's
it like high pitched chick or just a chick?
That is masterful.
take the dubbed version of Yugi and then put some helium in there. Or at least that's how it sounds to me. So I guess that's Chubby Black Friend's Cajun cousin.
Chubby Blackman has a very extended family.
There are many.
We haven't
versions
even
of-
done that commentary yet, Colin. Come on.
There are many versions of him spread throughout the
Well,
movie.
now we can't just make it a subtle joke throughout the entire Harry Potter and other commentaries and everything. Now we're just gonna have to say, yeah, that's Chubby Black Friend.
Well, chances are we aren't going to post this till after Harry Potter, since that's kind of a priority.
Chances are we're never going to post this because we're not going to be able to figure out how to technology.
One day, my friend, one day. Probably not during high school. Probably just
Probably in
after
our
college.
30s, we'll finally figure out how to post it.
As a teacher, I'll post this.
That instead of watching movies, you make them watch our commentaries.
As punishment.
Because that's the only logical reason anybody would want to listen to us yell about a movie. Or apparently Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Good heavens, would you look at the time? The clock only says school.
Mr. Bean... Mr. Bean, didn't you get dragged into the pits of hell?
Never mind that now.
I mean, Scooby was in the general area to see that. And
To be fair, Scooby is a dog.
why is it in the Scooby-verse like Scooby snacks are a extremely well-known snack that's named after one dog?
Because remember at the beginning of this movie, they're all super famous and everything.
Okay, I guess in this one it makes sense then.
Now this acting right here is amazing. Mr. Bean really brings it. Yeah, we're never gonna figure out his real name. Mr. Bean is.
And considering like 80% of Mr. Bean's career has been non-vocal acting, this dialogue is amazing. Also,
Mr. Bean, the English Charlie Chaplin.
Also, considering it's with a CGI dog.
Yeah.
Also, you have got to watch at least this one scene from my favorite Charlie Chaplin film called The Great Dictator.
Uh-huh.
Look it up on YouTube one day. It's look up like The Great Dictator ending speech.
Viewers, if you feel like doing that too.
Because it's a badass speech. Because
Like Charlie Chaplin talking.
yes, yeah, it's one of his like 3 talkies.
Nice.
Where it's supposed to be of like a parody of Hitler's rise to power.
Well, he does have the mustache for it.
Though Hitler stole it from him. Because Hitler is a hipster. It's sad but true, he's a hipster.
He's even an artist too. Oh my god, it's all coming together. Welcome to the Scooby-Doo commentary where we talk about Hitler.
And other... Next up, Stalin! No, back to the movie. Where they're teaming back up!
Yeah!
For a badass conclusion!
In the original script, they all ate a Scooby snack just now. Now and everything. That scene got cut. They actually did eat them and everything. So Shaggy is the only one who ever gets seen eating them. And Matthew Izzard really hates that.
How are they setting this stuff up when that area should be overrun by...
They're all too busy on the main island.
This is still on the island.
On the main island, as in above ground.
Oh, okay. So, Mr. Bean doesn't have any guards down there?
Well, no, they killed them and everything, but they can't show that in this. A family picture. Where Fred was looking down Daphne's dress.
And fondling her cleavage as Daphne.
We're gonna have to rephrase this. But at another time. Why did they need to do this? Couldn't they just tip the thing over now?
They've done it before.
I mean, true, there might be a couple of people underground and everything, but at the same time, you could, like, lead them above ground and everything.
Oh, Shaggy. You done fucking up shit again, aren't you, boy? And they should all be severely injured.
But it's a cartoon-inspired movie. Fuck that guy.
He should be dead.
I think he is.
See?
Wait, no, he's
There's
not
the
dead, I
guards.
remember. Dead ass.
See, there's the guards. Or...
There was one guard.
Mr. Bean is not good on security.
He's too busy getting hot chicks to fan Scooby. Why does this happen?
So, Scooby-Doo's endorsing bestiality now.
If Sonic can do it.
And Looney Tunes. God, the Looney Tunes. They started this madness.
No, they started furries.
That's how it's
I
said.
mean, unless Tweety X Granny is canon.
God,
You're now imagining that, viewers.
God, I hope it's not. Then I have no hope for humanity. Oh yeah, cause you look so much like him, Shaggy.
Hey, at least he's in the outfit. Is that guy wearing like a thing over it, or is that just his skin that looks weird?
It's like some kind of brown wife beater.
Okay.
And that isn't even on purpose.
Oh god, I killed a man.
Per every other time Shaggy beats somebody up, it's not even on purpose.
Oh my god.
Wow.
God damn it, Fred.
At least Daphne's trying to blend in.
You mean Velma.
Sorry,
Daphne's
Velma.
too busy being on the roof. About to fight Nacho Libre. Spoilers.
Well, at least Fred's...
Oh my god, Velma, you had it fine.
If you just didn't move, you'd be fine.
Well, okay, no, I'm pretty sure they would have figured it out.
Yeah,
considering she's wearing Velma's clothes.
That and the fact that they hadn't ever converted Velma.
No, they did convert Velma before. She
Okay.
was wearing the low-cut top and everything.
Never mind.
Thank you for returning the ultimate party favor.
What the heck are those guys wearing on their way out?
Some form of...
Sea urchins?
Some kind of crustacean-based Bane mask.
What are those guys wearing is a better question.
I think it's something...
Oh, it's a tiki thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's something attuned to the Team Ember masks.
I'm gonna try to figure out that reference.
Pokemon Ruby.
Ah, you mean Team Magma.
Oh, it isn't Team Ember, my bad.
It is not.
That was Team Magma. My apologies for my inconsistent reference.
The other one is Team Aqua, in case you were trying to figure that one out.
No, I knew that.
Okay. Anyway, heartbreaking scene. Well, heartwarming scene. It's gonna be heartbreaking later.
How are the
spoilers.
other guards not noticing this conversation?
Well, they're too busy being possessed. Yes, Ruby-Doo.
Yes, there is a other dog called Ruby-Doo.
I'm leaving you for him, Scooby.
I'm sorry, Scooby, but we've been growing apart for so long. I'm sorry. I can't be in this relationship anymore. I'm sorry, Scooby.
Okay, now if this countdown had been... You didn't even need a countdown, guys. Anyway, so we're gonna extract a dog's soul, because that makes sense.
Well,
I'm going to try not to make more Millennium Puzzle jokes now that he's wearing it.
Scooby-Doo! Mr. Beano!
A 10 plus Mr. Bean. Anyway, I think that there's a reference I should be making to the Spirit Storm, but I can't for the life of me figure out what it is. Oh, it's a Soulnado from Mortal Kombat. See, I knew what it was.
Mr. Bean's gone Satanistic on our asses.
They should have given me a talking role.
I've spent too long in silent films.
Now it's time for me to step up. Anyway,
Well, now I'm dead.
I guess I'll always be silent then.
Rest in peace, Mr. Bean. Rest in peace.
I
Hey,
should
Baldy.
get back to my body.
I should head back to my body. I should head back to my body. I should get back to my body. I should get back to my
Okay, he's not
body.
even on screen. Okay.
I should go back to
Back to
my
my
body.
body.
There we go. Good on you, Scooby.
That has to be the best high ever. Ow, God!
Oh,
This radiating green thing was bad. A minute.
It's really a mask?
Oh my God, it's
Mr.
something.
Robot!
It's Android 21 from Dragon Ball Z. We never heard about it.
Mr. Robot?
Could have never. Wait a minute. It's absorbing into him.
I
What?
knew it!
What? What? No!
I knew it! I knew this movie was stupid enough to do this!
Scrappy-Doo.
How much money do I owe you for this again? Oh wait, we never set a bet. Sweet!
You win this round. What the?
You remember that episode of SpongeBob where he got the plastic arm muscle things? It's kind of like that.
Just one thing, Scrappy, your army is a bunch of uptight white people.
I mean, they're being possessed, but they're still uptight white people.
So I think you're
Ah, Melvin, do it again.
I think you're better off trying to work with the clan at that point.
Heck, you're ripped at this point. You could just go on yourself.
Yeah, good point.
I mean, if Godzilla movies have taught me anything, Japan knows its shit when fighting monsters. But still, you could just go to America.
Well, don't go to California because that's where the Power Rangers usually are.
Right.
East Coast. Where?
Wait, we have the guns. Crap! You don't win. Go to Canada. Hi, Nacho Libre. Wait, no, Nacho Libre's blue.
I still make the reference. Oh my
I
god.
do love that about all the movies. They usually have some sort of remix of the Scooby-Doo Where Are You song.
Oh my god. A pop song that actually has something to do with the plot.
It's a miracle.
And they did it before Pokemon learned how to do it.
You're never gonna let that go, are you?
No. No, I'm not. I don't want to. I'm bitter about that. I'm bitter like it that way.
We know. You didn't really need to do that at all, dude.
No, you didn't really.
Huh.
That was actually kind of a good reference.
It's gotta hurt like a bitch.
Though, for the record, Howard is... Oh, God, the cameraman.
Thank you.
We totally
Good thing
need
this
to see
movie
that.
wasn't in 3D.
Or 4D.
Oh god. Whenever movies get into 4D.
It's downhill. There's no return.
Maybe they'll finally figure out that the 3D movies that are just cashing in on 3D really are crap. I mean, look at it. Journey to the Center of the Earth. Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I know there's some others.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Journey to the Mystery Island.
I don't remember that one.
It's a sequel to Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Oh, you mean Journey to the Mysterious Island.
Yes.
Yeah, that was very, very clever.
Yes, so clever, guys. I'm so impressed.
Okay. Oh my god, I went this entire thing without making a Toy Story reference about the claw. The
Claw. And you could have been here like 30 minutes ago.
I'm sorry, guys.
You being slack. I have got to make that
I'm
bullet
getting
list.
slack on our first commentary.
I've got to make that bullet list of jokes that you need to make. Just so we remember.
True.
Yay! Her personal story arc gets a resolution!
Nobody else does, though. To be fair, Shaggy and Scooby didn't have one. Hey, look, that thing that they should have done, like, an hour ago.
And it obviously isn't that hard.
To be fair, there was no sunlight, but still. And Daphne actually makes the plan go off. This is rare.
I'll admit the music in this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
The composed music is good. The pop song
Composed
is shit.
music is always good, even if it's in a crap movie. At least in
Because
my opinion.
because most of the time composers spend a lot of time on that shit and don't want their names put on crappy music.
Yeah.
Even if it is a crappy movie, though, with the music good, with the obvious exception of Harry Potter and the Half-Assed Prince.
That was just creepy.
I mean, damn.
I do kind of have to wonder what Scrappy would have looked like if he had all of the souls and Scoobies inside of him, though.
I don't think Scoobies would make that big of a difference.
Well, Scoobies would have like, balanced the process and everything. That was the key one.
No, I think the issue of Scooby was just to get revenge on him abandoning him.
No, remember, the Damon Rice needs a pure soul.
Oh, okay.
Which we've even seen that Scooby has a dark side, so why does it work?
We don't know.
I mean, he punched Freddy right in the face.
And this was not needed whatsoever.
There are love interests now. Okay.
At least it gets carried over to the second movie and gets some evolution to it.
Okay.
It's
Hobo
the
Bean.
Hobo Bean. That's a good one.
Would his facial hair really be that bad after 2 years and everything?
Well, first off, considering he's had no sunlight to expose him to, I think he should look a lot worse.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just talking purely about the hair at this point.
The hair itself, maybe. Facial hair, not so much.
hair.
The facial hair, not so much. The actual hair would probably be that bad. After 2 years of not doing anything to it.
Okay, Scrappy had to have put him out at some point. Because keeping a guy in a hole for 2 years
would kill him.
Yeah.
You would at least have to feed them.
Or at least water them. Mr. Bean was actually extremely fat, and so he just lived off of that for 2 years.
This is getting painful.
Wish there was a burger down here or something.
Oh yeah, that's still
She's not coming back, sadly. I kind of do wish that Mary Jane would at least be referenced in the second one.
I didn't think of her character enough to think she merited a return.
I'm just saying at least a reference.
Oh, there's the Coast Guard.
Oh, the Coast Guard decided to actually do something for once. That's interesting.
And the Air Force, apparently, according to the helicopter.
Just because there's an aerial vehicle doesn't mean the Air Force is here. Who said I did it?
Well, it all started when I was giving a speech on my new book and...
He was about to be vain, but then he realized, nah, that ain't me now.
I ain't about that life no more.
Through the combined intuitive powers of Mystery Inc.
Intuitive?
discovered that the
Really?
real villain behind
You
it
call that intuitive?
He basically just happened upon most of it.
sadly was corrupted by the power of the Damon-Ritis.
Oh, get over it! So I got a little cranky! Gee, Scrap, no reason to freak out like a jerk and try to kill
Seriously, couldn't you have just gone to that ghoul school from the one movie that you were in?
Yeah, seriously.
Did
They
Shaggy-
actually
is Scrappy
liked you
cussing
there.
now?
I mean, they did it. They actually liked you at that school. I'm quite certain that they would accept
I'm not
you.
sure how, but they did. That's the
I
one movie that we're probably not going to be doing, Ghoul School.
don't have a problem with that one. It's got its merits.
Yeah. I guess I just didn't watch enough 13's Ghost, you know, the spin-off show, to really get it.
There's a spin-off show?
Exactly. That's why Shaggy is wearing a red shirt.
I thought it was just I thought it was just I thought it was just taking place within the Cyber Chase universe.
Nah, that is actually a reference and everything. That's why Cyber Chase is probably the best animated one.
Yeah, but I actually just thought it was taking place in the Cyber Chase universe.
So you want to know what I'm going to torture you with after this? Remember the Cartoon Network original Scooby-Doo movie? The origin story?
Oh god.
There was a sequel to that one too.
You own that film?
I don't own it, but I'm gonna find it just to torture you.
Oh, lovely.
And on that note, I think it's time that we take our leave.
Yes, and I have to go find my copy of the sequel to this because I actually kind of like it.
Anyway, I've been Crystal Beast 96.
And I am the Angry Ginger!
Sorry about that, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, where chances are I'll probably kill somebody.
Alright? See you then.